Good morning, traders. Welcome to today's market review. This is Razak at CMTrading. Today is July 1st, 2021, and today is Thursday morning. So welcome back, everybody. Looking at the highlights of the day. We're watching the US dollar gain versus the major pairs. We're going to look individually, but first, looking at the major economic events of the day, all day happening today. We have OPEC meetings happening, should affect the price of oil. And then at 4 o'clock South African time out of the United States, ISM manufacturing PMI number coming out. Now, as we look at the various markets, starting out with the currencies, we're watching the euro, the British pound, and the Aussie dollar all retrace versus the USD. In terms of the indices, we're watching the NASDAQ unchanged and the Dow Jones finally bouncing and breaking above that 34,400-ish resistance. Now looking at commodities, oil and gold both unchanged, but I doubt that oil will remain unchanged in the next couple of days. Now looking at the stocks, Microsoft trades to new record highs once again on its highs, and Apple follows through as well. Now lastly, looking at Bitcoin, it's wavering. So let's take a look at the markets and see what we can expect from today's trading. So we're going to first take a look at a daily charts of both the Euro, Aussie, and GBP USD. The reason I'm looking at this on a longer time frame is because I think it's much more significant, because we're hitting levels on a bigger time frame, and that becomes much more significant. Now we are at support right here, 1840. We retraced over about 50 to 60 pips from yesterday. Okay, almost about 100 pips, between 70 to 100 pips, excuse me, from yesterday. So a nice little move on the downside, but is it just testing it before tomorrow's NFP number? Okay, that is something to ask. Looking here as well at the Aussie USD, also on support levels. Everything is trading in tandem as this is going lower. Now looking also on the GBP USD, GBP is a bit stronger versus the USD vis-a-vis all the other pairs. You could see that it's not exactly at 137.03 where I would have expected it to be vis-a-vis the dollar. It's a little bit stronger here, but just make note, because this is also a supportish level. If we look at that, this was a previous support several times. We hit it before. So keep this in mind going into today, that if we do break it, we could challenge it further on the way down. Now looking at commodities, not much happening. If we look at gold, it did bounce a little bit yesterday to 1778 from 1760, but still in a tight range between those two variables. And unless it's going to, give itself a nice bounce above this area, I think we're going to continue trading, closer to the bottom range here. Now looking at oil, pretty much flatlining here. Okay, we're pretty much between 72, 75-ish level and 74-ish level, and we're right at the top of that range. Now with today's OPEC meetings, especially if there's going to be further lockdowns and some of the summer months that we're expecting in July, August, where we're expecting a bigger traveling season, okay, might be curtailed because some of these variants are making themselves through the UK, through the US, and that might cause some shutdowns there as well. Now looking at the Dow Jones, all right, we're looking here at the Dow Jones breaking above that 34,400-ish level finally yesterday. A nice rally over 100 to 200 points there from yesterday's low of 34,000. So a nice little move up. Remember, we still have way to go on the upside, okay, if the market does take us there. However, I don't see follow through. I don't see exactly what's pushing the markets higher besides, it being, just a bounce. Now looking at the NASDAQ, just wavering on its highs or close to its highs at 14,550. If we look at Microsoft, let's jump that at 273.6. Okay, so it's really on its dead highs right here as it made new highs yesterday. Okay, just mildly, but made new highs. Okay, so looking at Apple, also we had a nice follow through. Okay, if we take a look at Apple, nice follow through on that top range. This is resistance-ish area, and if it does pop above 135, we could see it back in that 142-ish level. So something to consider into today's trading. Now tomorrow we have NFP. That's an important number that's going to be coming out as well. Now lastly, looking at Bitcoin, it's pretty much wavering here. When I mean wavering, not trading on massive volume, not showing us massive strength, but again, not really selling off below that 29,000. So this is something I'm keeping, in front of, the screen. because, you know, still it has ways to go in its volatility. This is Fred Razak. I want to wish you guys a great trading day. Thank you.